Well, while we've been focusing on the Boao Forum, the 5th Summit of the Americas has opened in Trinidad and Tobago. High on the agenda are Cuba, the economy, energy, the environment and security. Emma Moore has details on the three-day event.
Leaders from 34 countries gathered on Friday with the theme of securing our citizens' future by promoting human prosperity, energy security and environmental sustainability. US President Barack Obama says he is seeking a new beginning with Cuba, and he's pledged to launch a new chapter with Latin America as a whole. Obama says he's prepared to engage with Cuba on a wide range of issues, such as human rights, free speech, democratic reform, migration and the economy. Earlier this week, the US loosened restrictions on Cubans living in the US, allowing them to travel freely and send remittances to Cuba. Obama also pledged to move towards a new sense of partnership with the rest of the Western Hemisphere. Argentinian President Cristina Fernández de Kirchner called for the immediate lifting of a trade embargo against Cuba and expressed appreciation for the Obama administration's policy changes toward Cuba. She says the summit must look at a new starting point based on coordination, cooperation and integration. Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega urged increased financial assistance to help address the problem of immigration in the region. Emma Moore, CCTV.
And while the atmosphere at the gathering is generally positive, opinions differ on the Cuban issue. Our CCTV correspondent Yang Fuqing filed this report.
Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez said that the exclusion of Cuba from the organizations of the American states as well as from the summit was not acceptable, and he warned that Venezuela, together with some other countries, will veto the final declaration. And I talked to the official at the secretariat of the summit over the phone about how likely, the veto or the likely veto of Venezuela and some other countries on the final declaration, its impact on the final declaration in fact. And he told me that the leaders at this summit will have to work very hard for the next 2 or 3 days on reaching a consensus so that a final declaration or a commonly agreed final version of the declaration will be signed by the leaders. So that means the leaders of the summit will have to work on some of the reconciliations and concessions in order to reach a consensus. But whether a consensus will be coming out from this summit, we'll have to wait and see.